Hi friends, hello, welcome back to my channel. This is Martyna, and today is an exciting video for me to film because I am filming a completed junk journal flip through. This junk journal I have been working on, some on videos, some off camera for the past few months, and I love it so much, and honestly it also helped me quite a lot through some more anxious days that I might have had in those past few months. Because this junk journal, unlike my other journals that you guys may have already seen on my channel, this one I actually am not using or have not been using for memory keeping, so I don't really have any photographs or real life ephemera or actual journaling writing, but more it's just for collaging, putting things on paper and making all kinds of different spreads. So yeah, I'm very excited to share this with you. This journal, of course, we made together on camera, so I will have the links to the tutorial for this particular journal, for the cover, for the papers. Look at this, look at how beautifully it just chunked up. And here is the top, which I also love, with all of those bits and pieces. And so this journal, the cover is made from an actual old book. So I just took out the text block and I repurposed this cover to use it for my journal, and I absolutely love it. I love those like little tape imprints here and there. I did some gilding with gilding wax around to add it a little bit more of, well, gold. If you know me, then you know I do love my gold. I have those metal corners to protect the corners, and I actually lost one, I need to replace it, but to protect these corners, because it's an actual old book, so I wanted to make sure that these will, you know, be there for a long time. I also added a label here, which I used for what are these called? Brads. They are called brads. For metal brads, and I just wrote nature musings, because this cover is just so naturey, and a lot of my collages are as well. So this is the spine. So this was the Shell Country book, and I have 3 signatures here. I used some jute twine to I don't know, it just looks rustic and vintage for me. And I also have this, and I used to have like a detachable dangle, but because I was using this journal a lot, there were some days where I was using it every day, it just got in my place, in my way. So I just took it off, and before putting it back on the shelf, I'm going to put it back on. And here is the beautiful back cover. I just love this book cover so much. I think it's stunning, and yeah, I'm just so happy that I decided to turn it into a journal and not, you know, waste it or something like that. So again, the side, and I use a gold organza ribbon for my closure, although I will say that while I was using this journal, I was not actually tying it every single time. It got a little bit too bothersome, so I was just leaving it open. And then the inside, so inside you will see that not every single page is filled. First of all, it became really hard to work in this journal because it's so chunky, because it doesn't lay flat anymore, because of all the things that I've added. But also some of the pages, like this one, I decided to leave not decorated on purpose because it's just so beautiful. And so the inside covers, I actually used some pieces of wrapping paper, some lace here, and the spine area here is covered with fabric, and there's some machine stitching around these pieces of of this paper. And then this first page is actually from a very old, like antique gardening dictionary, and it is black and white, but it comes with some beautiful colored plates, so I used one of them here. And again, I have a video of me showing you guys how I chose all of the pages and what is my way of forming signatures, which are those booklets that I have 3 of in this journal that you then bind to the journal. And so all of this, if you are looking for more detailed information, you will find in those videos. But now, without further ado, let's get to the flip through. So here is the first spread, and just one more thing, I did not go front to back with this journal, so I kind of chose a random page each time I was journaling, a page that just spoke to me. And yeah, a lot of the materials that I used, like some of those papers in the background and some of those ephemera pieces and those little tags, I think definitely are from your creative studio. I have some flower stickers from Amazon and some girl stickers from Amazon as well. So if you just look for flower stickers, girl stickers, or vintage journaling stickers, you're going to find so many of them. Here I have a reproduction of some vintage postcard. And this one was this one I made on the 5th of June 2022. And I actually have a piece of an actual vintage ledger as the page here on this side, and here you can see a little bit more of it peeking out. I think this spread is one of my, if I were to have like top 5, that would be one of them. I have some lace. I love adding lace, like adding fabrics, and especially lace like that will add bulk to your journal. But honestly, with this journal, I just decided not to care and just add all of the things that I like it. So it's a bit more scrapbooky, in a sense that scrapbooking is often using some more three-dimensional elements, but I also have some staples here, which I use again sometimes for decoration and sometimes to just add a little bit more. Like this paper that I'm using here is a grease-proof paper, and so glue doesn't really work well on it, so I use some staples to just keep those things in place. And I do love the muted look of this one. And then this I really like too. I have this little flip out. I think maybe we made this one on camera. No, I don't think so. But yeah, 9th of June. This one was 6th of June. So I was definitely a little bit anxious in June and using this journal a lot. But yeah, I have some stamping. I have this cute 3-dimensional butterfly sticker with a little gem that was gifted to me. This is just literally for crinkle value. And yeah, this one we did make on camera, and on some of those I just added some quotes. So this one is by Walt Whitman, and it says, keep your face keep your face always towards the sunshine, the shadow will fall behind you. I really like this. I like the soft pink vibe. And also here, if you can see, we have a wax seal with, I added some glitter to my wax when I was melting it, and also there is a twine bow, and I added some gilding, gold gilding, and some wax dots here. Righty, then this one is definitely a completely different vibe from the previous one. Again, I have this little element. I was really enjoying adding these. I have some stickers, some faux tickets, some enamel dots, and yeah, I really like the blue. I chose the blue theme for this spread because the paper that I had here in my journal was actually a scrap piece of paper of like what's it called, lightweight cardstock, which I was using when I was doing some painting or some inking, and you know, I had all of those random blobs of color, so I decided to, instead of throwing it out, to use it in my journal. And I also used some actual vintage map pages on this spread as well. And then this one we definitely made together in a video. This spread was using those collaged strips, so I showed you guys how I would use them, because you can, you know, they are so fun and they are so busy already that you can just add one to the page and be done with it. But I just wanted to do something more, so we have a lot of layering here and there. Some of those confetti, little confetti stars, which you guys know that I love. I got them in a local shop, like a craft store in a party planning section. So there is that. I also love adding sequins, some bits and pieces of material. And then this one, because this page is shorter than the one behind it, I really wanted this page to kind of have some colors here that would match this. So I went for pastel blue and pink and a little bit of purple, and I have this beautiful girl here with, I love the mint skirt, mint dress with a beautiful lilac-y hair, and I actually have some faux feathers here that I added. So I really like how this one looks as well, just very soft, vintagey, but still soft. This one was actually one of the very first pages that I made in this journal. It's 26th of November 2021, so last year, and I was still not sure what I wanted to use this journal for, so I think I actually have oh no, it's a quote. Okay, not a journaling, some quote, but you know, I was just trying things out, doing some layering and stuff, so it definitely is not reflective of the style, of the overall style of this journal, but I still I'm happy to have it here. This one I really love as well. I love the layering of all the different bits and pieces, and I used this faux feather. I think it's really beautiful. It kind of matches the overall vibe, and also the birdies here. But see, here's what I mean about not really caring. Look at how bumpy this is. So this adding elements like this will definitely make your journal grow, but that's why when we made the next journal that I'm already using, that's why I made it so that it closes super easily, you know. And you may think, well, Martyna, maybe you have too little pages, but no, can you believe that when this journal was new, it actually closed and it looked like I didn't have that many pages, but you know, it grows, so it's always good, especially if you are fond like me of adding all of those textural elements. It's always good to add more pages than you think you might need. And then this one, the black and pink and white and like Cosmos theme is definitely my top 5 as well. I absolutely love it. I think this was the first spread where I decided on a color scheme before going in with any elements, and so I wanted to do something with black and pink, and I just oh, I love it so much. Here is a wax spread, some wax dots, some of those butterflies, very cute. And actually for the date, so for my dates I usually use, don't I have a date here? Well, most of the pages have dates, so I usually use this stamp here, the date stamp, and I stamp my dates. But for this I actually used this sticker which says 11, and I used my Dymo label maker to write out June 2022. So yeah, Then we go to this page, and again there is a lot going on here with all of this layering, but I'm actually really enjoying it. I have some scraps of wrapping paper. These are like scraps which have stamps on them. I got at a local post office, and they had a huge amount of them for like $3 or something like that if you convert it from Polish currency, and they are literally scraps of paper torn from envelopes and such with stamps still on them, and I love using them so much. Then this one, I love this one too. It's very soft, very sweet. I have the feather here, and again I tried to coordinate the color scheme of this spread with what I already had here on the page in the journal. So a lot of it is covered, but you can still see that I had some pinks and some violets, and so yeah, I just tried to do something that would look nice. And I do really love adding wax seals and also adding little bows of like from twine to them as well when I am pouring the wax. Some lace here that I attached with those coppery staples. And this I actually was gifted by my dear friend. I was gifted these super pretty paint chips. I don't know, we don't get them in Poland. Well, maybe we do. I haven't seen them in any case, but she knows my taste so well, and she gifted me the most beautiful colors, and so I used a little bit of that here. So then this one we definitely did together in a video. So again, trying to just match what was going on in the background. This was the 2nd of December 2021, so almost a year ago. How is it already September, right? Oh, this one I love. This was so fun to make. This was a spread that we did with some Daphne's diary images. So again, those two that just flip out like that, and we have some Daphne's diary flowers that I just fussy cut from the magazine, but also some papers in the background, and then I just layered some of my own elements. And I believe these washi tapes also came in one of Daphne's diary magazines, and then I added my gold splashes, and I love how they look on the vellum as well. So there is a video for this one. And now here we have a couple of blank pages, and I could still do something here, but I don't know, I'm not mad at it. Those are beautiful vintage papers, and I also have some crinkly paper. If I put anything on it, it will lose its crinkliness, so I'm fine with that. This again we made together 20th of September 2021. Wow, so long ago. So this was pretty much a year ago. So see how long it took me to fill this journal. Of course, it's not like an everyday journal, but still. And this was documenting my very first. So this one, I still didn't really know what I was going to do with this journal. Maybe I was thinking maybe I would combine collaging with some memory keeping, and so for this spread I documented here my very first Your Creative Studio box that I ever received, and I was so grateful. I have Amanda's beautiful business card here, and it flips out like that. Some of the tags that came in that month's box. I really like this. And here, this is the end of signature 1, and I really love both of these spreads. Like this is part 3, which I see now that would be perfect for the 3rd signature, but it's the 2nd signature. And then this one I made off camera again in June. I had some days in June when I would make like 5 spreads in one day, just because it was giving me such, like, it was making me so calm and so relaxed when I really needed it. So I really like this spread. Then here again, a couple of spreads that are not filled, and then this one again, June 6th. Definitely a lot of these were made in June. June 6th, when yeah, I did make this off camera as well. I have some really pretty stickers again from Amazon. More pages that are not filled, but they are so pretty. And you know, I've talked about it in the past when showing you guys some of my other journals, that I am never mad at like seeing unfinished pages in my journals, because in my opinion they are not unfinished. You know, this is a beautiful page from a vintage dictionary. This is a really pretty piece of stained vellum, a gorgeous vintage Chinese receipt, and a vintage map, and all of these just give me inspiration. So even though I didn't add anything to them, just seeing them here just makes me so happy. Okay, then this spread here, I used one of those little flower fairies that I fussy cut from one of the books, and another wax seal here, some lace. Then this middle here I left without adding anything, and this spread we also made together quite recently, 27th of July, and this was another one for the Your Creative Studio with the sea themed kit with this beautiful washi tape from the box. So I really enjoyed making this. This we also made quite recently, 8th of August 2022, and this was the August iteration of the Teal and Tattered challenge. I'm just about to film the September version, the September episode of this challenge, but I picked 5 items and from my little treasure box, from a long list of prompts that I made, and I was supposed to make something with them. I chose to make a journaling spread, and if I remember correctly, we had copy paper which I used and turned into this tab. We had a metal die, a colored book page, we had faux postage stamps, and I believe washi tape was the last element. So this was really fun. And this one, 23rd of May. This one again with the wax seal. I love the texture that wax seal and this little bow add to a project. This I started doing something but never finished. So things like that will always happen. It will also happen, I mean. And then this, I really love how simple this one is, with just 2 clusters of embellishments, a little bit of handwriting and the black of the label maker, and then again this is just here for some fun. And we get to the 3rd signature, and I have some book pages which I so long ago, I think it might have been like 2 or 3 years ago, I tea stained them with very strong tea. They came out very dark, and I just thought they would look really nice in this journal. So here is this one. Again, I like the maybe a little bit more minimalistic and elegant style with those ladies here. Then this one is again for Your Creative Studio. I have a little tack spot for the card out of this vellum piece, and then just some journaling, or this is probably just a quote. This one reminds me of like a Valentine's Day aesthetic or something like that. Then again, some more unfinished in quotation marks, you know, pages, which this one is actually from a very old Latin book, and the person who owned this did so much underlining and annotating on the margins, and I love this book so much. This is like a front of not a front, but this is like an end page from an old book, and this is probably someone to whom this book belonged to, then a very old map page from one of my encyclopedias. I'm sorry, it's suddenly so loud. Then this beautiful textured paper was again gifted to me by my friend, and I'm happy to have it here, you know. Then oh, what happened here? Oh, so I started doing something. Again, I started doing something, but then probably just got interrupted and completely forgot. So maybe I will get back to this one and finish it. Some more unfinished pages, especially in the back of my journal. It was so hard to work on this side of pages. But yeah, the beautiful vintage envelope. And then here is another one, and actually I used this little pouch from your creative studio, and I think I have another, yes, another of Amanda's beautiful cards here, and some collaging. Then this one, again, one of my favorites, top 5, I would say. I love those stamps. Those are those stamps on scraps of papers from my local post office. I love the lady here, the layering. This was the 6th of June. 2022. Now this is technically a pocket, but you know, because this this journal got just so thick, I decided it's no use adding anything here, so I just left it empty. And then I really love it. I have a quote from Neil Gaiman here with about fairy tales and a little fairy. Some more empty pages, and then this one I think is my last one. Yeah, I think so. So still it looks like I put too many pages because the journal is not closing, but yeah, I still really loved it. So thank you for watching, and thank you for being with me on a journey with this journal, because it looks like we've started it a year ago or almost a year ago, and this now is my favorite journal of all time, to be honest. I am so happy with how it turned out. It gave me so much joy creating it, and I am looking forward to filling another journal with you guys. This is the one in my previous videos. We created this one. We also made this first spread very recently, so I will try to remember to link all of those videos. But I'm very like bittersweet. I loved this journal so much, so I don't really want to be done with it, but on the other hand, I am so proud of myself for completing it, and like I said, really happy with how it turned out in the end. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. I would love to know in the comments, please let me know if you actually use your journals, or do you only maybe make them, and if you use your journals, how do you use them? Do you use them for memory keeping? Do you use them for like scrapbooking, or maybe just for collaging like I do, or maybe you use art journals or just for writing? I'm so interested in how people use their journals, so I would love to know. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you guys very soon in the next video. Bye.